In building your direct sales network marketing business, have you ever gotten the objection, oh, it's a pyramid, or those things are illegal? I used to get that a lot. I was a former police officer with the LAPD when I first started my first company back in October of 2005. And I didn't realize why I kept getting that objection of, is it a pyramid? Well, in this video, I'm going to help you to obliterate that objection and potentially never get that objection from anybody again. The first thing I realized that is since I was kept getting that same objection, I had to do some self-reflection and realize that there was that seed of doubt in my mind of what am I doing in this business? Is it legal? Is it not legal? So many of us grow up believing or hearing that home-based businesses, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, is an illegal way of doing business. And you got to start asking, where did the source of that come from? What's the truth behind that? And so I had to self-reflect and decide, realize that I had that seed of doubt. And if you want to build a successful business, you have to have 1000% belief in what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're selling and promoting. Your reputation is on the line. So if you have any seed of doubt that your business, network marketing, by design, is a illegal pyramid, then anytime somebody even alludes to that, you're going to flinch and you're going to cower down, as opposed to have certainty and know how to dance and handle that objection. But it starts with you. It starts with you. You got to build your belief in three things. Number one, in the industry. You got to believe in this industry. You got to understand what this industry is. So much so, Yvette and I wanted to believe in it that we went and we got a degree in network marketing from the University of Chicago, Illinois. We went through a whole course because we wanted to understand it. We wanted to be professionals. This is an industry that's been around for decades, and it is a legal way of doing business. Now, are there illegal businesses? 100%. Just like in any industry, whether it be the mortgage industry, the stock market, the real estate, there are good actors and there are bad actors. But you got to know that and you got to believe that. And if you don't believe that, you got to start doing some research. You got to start learning from and maybe listening and reading certain articles like the new court case that just recently came out with Neora, which was a cosmetic network marketing company that took it all the way to the FTC. The FTC took it all the way, called them a pyramid, and wanted to shut them down. And for several years, they kept battling in court. And just recently, it went all the way up to the Supreme Court of Texas, and Neora won. And they are deemed not a pyramid. They're deemed a legitimate way of doing business. I'll put that link in the comment section, but you got to understand your industry. You got to believe in your industry. I don't care if it's a lawyer, a doctor, that somebody calls your baby ugly and says this is illegal, then you got to know how to respond to that. And the next thing I'll share with you is the person with the most certainty wins. The person with the most certainty wins. We all have our wounds and our challenges and our traumas that we come along with, especially if you've been doing this industry for a little while, where we've had some bad times. We had some good times. We had some bad characters. We had some good characters. And sometimes we focus on the bad moments and memories that have happened, the times you don't want to pick up the phone, the times you don't want to answer the email, because not all business goes up like this. But that doesn't mean that the industry is an illegal way of doing business, is a legitimate way of doing business. So the person with the most certainty wins. You got to build your certainty first. Then the next part that I'll share with you is going to be super, super powerful. But that's got to start with you. Once you change your stinking thinking and you become a raving fan of our industry and a believer of our industry of direct sales network marketing, then you can go and handle the second step. I'm also going to put a great audio, a YouTube video in here called Brilliant Compensation. This was a video created by Tim Sales, who breaks down why and how network marketing is such a brilliant way of doing business. Word of mouth. So many companies and corporations are going and using this form of distributing the product and service out to the marketplace because it flat out works. It flat out works. So if you ever get that objection moving forward, just understand, you start cleaning up your stuff, you're going to get it less and less. But there are people that are, unfortunately, that's who they are. They want to be dream stealers, or maybe they're just misinformed. So instead of fighting with the objection, you got to dance with the objection. And how do you dance with the objection? Well, the first thing is when they say something like, you show them a video, you show them what you're doing, and make sure you do a proper exposure. Don't try to explain it, because you explaining it, you're going to poke holes all over it, but show them a proper exposure. Maybe it's a Zoom presentation, maybe it's a live event, maybe it's a video exposure tool. And after they see it, if that's what they say, are you ready to get started, you ask them, and they say, well, this looks like one of those illegal things. Okay. First thing you need to do is pause and take a breath. Okay. First thing you need to do is pause and take a breath. Because what you don't want to do is start fighting with them and make them wrong and try to prove them wrong. First thing you want to say is thank them for their response. I thank you, and I acknowledge your response. Okay. Instead of saying, no, you're wrong, if you thank them and say, you know what, I appreciate you actually let me know how you feel or what you're thinking. I really appreciate that. So you immediately put them on their heels by thanking and appreciating them. And you should thank and appreciate them, because at least they're asking questions. Okay. The next step number 2. So, you know what, is this a pyramid? You know what? Thanks. And I appreciate you. You let me know what you're thinking. But let me ask you a question. Okay. Step number 2 is to ask a powerful question, because instead of you trying to combat the objection, wouldn't it make sense to get clear on what are they objecting to? What is their definition of what they saw that is illegal? You and I may think we know what they're thinking, but ask them to tell you. 8 times out of 10, they will have no idea what the heck they're talking about when they call something a pyramid or illegal. So your question number 2, in a calm voice, but with certainty, ask them, what exactly do you mean by that? And just pause and let them process that question. And for most people, what you're going to notice they're doing, there's going to be a brain freeze in their mind, because they're going to start processing, what exactly do I mean by that? I heard it somewhere, somebody else told it to me, or this is what I've been believing, but I don't even know why I believe it. I just think that these things that people are selling things and inviting you to. So when you ask them that, what exactly do you mean by that? In a soft tone, but with certainty. Most of the time, they're going to stutter. They're going to hesitate. They're going to have no idea how to respond. And even if they do respond with something by saying something stupid like, oh, it's one of those things where the people at the top make all the money and the people at the bottom lose all their money. Okay. People can say whatever it is that they want to say. Oh, it's one of those, those network marketing things. And they still have no idea what they're talking about, but they believe that it is illegal. And so if you fold to, oh, it's a pyramid, oh, okay, then it's not for you, then you're not doing the industry, you're not doing your business and the company any service. You're just allowing them to continue to believe that. So there is something that we can do to shift the narrative. So after they tell you whatever it is, the third step is to feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. Is it cool if I share what I found so that you can also see, feel, felt, found? I understand how you feel. I felt the same way too. And is it cool if I share with you what I found to be the truth of this industry? Okay. All I'm doing is I'm dancing with them. I'm not forcing it on them. I'm asking them in a nice way, but I'm being very logical as well. And most of the time, unless they're completely negative, they say, yeah, absolutely. Okay. The definition of what's illegal or a pyramid is the exchange of money for no service or product. I'll give you the simple, high-level 30,000-foot definition. It's the exchange of money for no service or product. As you see what we have here with By Design, we got both products and services. So whatever you decide to do, you can actually be a brand ambassador and not have the products. Or you can actually purchase the products as a customer, not be a brand ambassador and even deal with the whole network marketing part. So as you can see here, the only time you pay for something, you're actually getting a product or a service. So it's the exchange of money for no product or service that makes something illegal. As a matter of fact, By Design is in 30 countries around the world, been in business for 4 years. As a matter of fact, this is a legitimate way that so many companies today, including big name companies that you and I know, like Mary Kay, like Amway, like Herbalife, like so many other companies are been doing this for decades. So now let me ask you a question. Are you ready to get started? And you go right back to that. And in a nice tone, making eye contact and smiling with that certainty. And again, not caring who they are on the other side because they just don't have the right information. You're going to get more people to at least believe in you. You're going to get more people to say, you know what? This person actually knows where they're going. If they got too much junk and trauma in their background where they don't believe in themselves, they have doubt in it, don't let them rain on your parade. But when they see you'll have at least a little bit of a spark of hope in their mind, as opposed to what most people do when they hear that objection is they fold and they get on their side, or they don't know what to say. Doesn't serve anybody. So know the truth. Do your due diligence. I'm going to put some resources in here so that you can understand the industry. I'm not saying it's the best industry in the world, but it's a lot better than a lot of other industries. There's some unscrupulous companies and characters for sure, but then there's also some amazing companies, like the company that we're a part of, that's helping people to transform their lives by having more hope in their life and having a vehicle to bring in some additional income. So next time somebody tells you it's illegal, have some certainty. Appreciate you.